gallery are you exhibited at in the moment in England?
Well, I have somebody who sells my work in Cape Town called Rose Corber, and she sold quite a lot of my work. She always has a major exhibition every end of the year in Cape Town. And funnily enough, mostly English people buy my work and bring it back
to South Africa.
They buy it in South Africa and then it comes back to England.
Oh,
and the funniest story I must tell you, when I exhibited at the Royal Academy for the summer show in 2002, where I was nominated for the Wollaston Award, the lady who bought my work, and she is a lady, I can't remember who. I should. Very naughty of me.
We'll find out, and we'll put it here on the site.
And she took my work back to South Africa.
Did she?
And she hung it in her home in South Africa. So my work, so it's very amusing.
Oh, fantastic! and so. That's wonderful. So it's Osborne Samuel Gallery in the UK.
Yes.
And obviously you can check that out online at what is the website name?
It's called osbornesamuel.com.
Just as easy as that. We'll put it right here on the website as well on the show. And okay, so that's the art that you paint and create. Can you tell me about a bit about the art that you collect? Because that's how we've come to meet each other.
Yes.
Yvonne's collected a few lovely works with me, and I mean some of the artists you collect, as well as some of the what triggers you as an artist to buy other artists' works.
Well, I always buy art that I like to paint or work to. The work attracts me because it's something that I'm not doing.
Right.
And I see something in that artist's work that I appreciate.
Okay.
Because as another artist, I know that is not my way of working, but I love it.
Right.
And it does something for me.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
And so who are some of the artists that you may have collected?
Well, I've got a Henry Moore drawings.
Yes.
I've got from one of his original older drawings to his later work.
Yes.
And that's very simplistic, and yet it says a lot about the body.
Indeed. Henry Moore, one of the greatest sculpturalists of all time, and certainly of the last 100 years.
Yes, I can't afford to buy sculptures, but I can afford to buy one of his drawings.
You never know, you might come across one at some jumble sale somewhere, and it's in the corner and it's only $20 and no one knows what it is.
And there's somebody who's stolen it off some forecourt, and they do that, you know, with these sculptures, and then they take it to the metal place and they, what do you call it?
The foundry, and they melt it down.
How tragic is that?
Yeah.
It's dreadful even to think about it. And I've also got a Lynn Chadwick, who's also a sculptor, famous English sculptor, and he does beautiful drawings as well of his work. So I have some of his work as well.
Great.
And I like also the pop artists.
Pop artists indeed.
So I like Jim Dine.
Jim Dine,
which I bought from you.
A magnificent lithograph, two hearts.
Yes,
wonderful.
And we also like, of course, Peter Mac.
Peter Max.
Yes, Peter Max, and I bought a Brito.
Yes. Oh, that's on another opportunity.
Yes, on another opportunity, I bought a Brito.
Yes.
Yes, when I was in Florida,
in Miami.
That's where in Miami.
And Brito is a big artist. All over the world, but definitely exhibiting in Miami and particularly New York. Two huge spaces there, and very, very contemporary, very colourful, very lively.
Very lively.
All three of those artists, Max, Dine, and Brito, have those real colourful influences, don't they?
Yes,
pop
they
art
do.
in the main.
In the main, yes. And it's also from our era, so you know, from mine rather.
Right.
I was very young then.
Our era, the 20th, 21st century.
Well, yes.
Right. From the 60s, really. I mean,
from the 60s onwards, which was a great time. And I considered myself a flower power.
And so you're telling me you actually remember the 60s, are you?
No, not very much.
Not really.
But the 70s, definitely. I do remember the 60s, but the 70s.
People sobered up in the 70s, didn't they? That's what happened, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, got it. Yeah. I think it's fun. I mean, my parents and all sorts of colleagues and family members and everyone's been telling me about the 60s and how much they either do or do not remember of the 60s, depending on what happened back then for you. But nevertheless, that art is from that era.
Yes, and I've also got my own art on my walls.
Of course. My own mother is an artist, and she loves painting, and my goodness, she has a wonderful copyist. She copies beautiful works from artists all over the world, and her art adorns the family house back in Australia.
Good for her. And I'm always very pleased when I see my art on other people's walls as well, all over the world, so which gives me a great thrill even today.
Great.
I love that.
Oh, great. Well, listen, it's lovely to talk to you today and learn a bit more about your wonderful art and your collection.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. I think it's wonderful when people, everyone here on the show gets an opportunity to learn about artists and collectors as well, and what drives them and how they should go about doing. Have you got any kind of tips for someone maybe starting out in the art world, who, maybe a little bit, I guess, scared to go ahead and get their creative talents and juices out there?
Especially when you're a mature student, you sometimes think, can I do this?
Yes.
And when you're younger, you go in just with whatever happens to you, you sort of take it on board. But when you're older, it's a little bit more difficult. But I always say go for it, because it's a great journey. And you'll never ever regret it, whether you do something with it or not. It's something you'll always have, and it teaches you a great deal about yourself too.
So you're saying it's much more about the journey and much less about the destination itself.
Much more about the journey.
You never know where it might take you.
Nothing about the destination. It's always about the journey.
Well, fantastic.
Definitely.
Well, it's lovely to talk to you today, and thank you for joining us here on blankcanvastv.com.
Yes, it's
I
a
appreciate
pleasure.
it. Okay. Mwah.
Lovely to speak with you.
Indeed, thank you very much. Well, for blankcanvastv.com, I'm Andre Knott, and this is Yvonne Spektor from London, England, and we are changing the way you see and experience art. We'll see you on another episode at Out and About. Make sure you stay tuned to the website right here and catch another episode. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.